What's up, YouTube? It's JSB St. Patrick with just some manga review. We are on episode 17, and I want to talk about Drawn to the Fire is Fire. New series, not the newest one in Jump, but this is chapter 2 of it. And you know, you're not really going to expect much from the second chapter, and we're just kind of learning the MC's goal. I still struggle with the name, especially being so early on, but you know, he's gonna be our MC for now, and you know, childhood friend and the prodigy, whatever. So we're learning a little bit more about them. Their scrimmage last chapter, it went viral. People were making comments on it, had a little, you know, funny moments in there talking about how, you know, short he was and everything, and that got his childhood friend interested in their goals of reaching the nationals. The one thing that does kind of worry me is, you know, they've talked about this quite a bit so far in these, you know, 2 chapters about reaching nationals. So there's a part of me that can already see them doing a whole big time skip if this doesn't, you know, last. And, you know, the last chapter is them at the nationals and the MC and his friend are able to see each other. I'm just hoping, because I felt like when I was reading like Haikyuu and Slam Dunk, they weren't so, I guess, adamant on the end game this early on. So, you know, I'm hoping this isn't a bad thing. But, you know, like I said, we know the goal. They want to make nationals. I do. And we're also learning, he's also learning how to be better with his passes, because, you know, you can't be a good point guard, you know, if only one person can catches your passes. You know, our prodigy even told him this chapter, you know, you're pretty much the playmaker. You're the quarterback of our offense, which is true, because, you know, point guards, they pretty much run the floor. So, you know, you got to be the ones that are able to lead your players, you know, into your passes, into your, you know, when you're throwing it. So that's something that he needs to work on. It kind of reminds me of just with Hinata and, god damn it, Kageyama with their sets. You know, that was something they both needed to work on in order to just improve. And like I said before, I kind of get those Haikyuu vibes from this. I'm really enjoying it so far. It's been a nice, funny series to me. You know, only complaint is probably the art. It's not the worst art, but it's kind of hard for me to see a series like this with art like this kind of lasting a super long time. Like I said, even Haikyuu's art manga style, you know, it fit. So that's probably the only thing. And again, it's only the second chapter, so there's always going to be improvements. So I'm not too worried about that. But once again, like I said before, I'm hoping this one can stay for the long haul. Shonen Jump needs a sports series, and I like basketball, so I'm hoping this is the one that can stay. So, because it does have some charming and endearing characters so far, I am definitely looking forward to meeting even more, you know, some basketball players that join the team with their own quirks. We met a few, but you know, there's none that really stand out so far. If you read this chapter, please write in the comments below, what did you think about it? Please like and subscribe. And on that note, JSB and St. Patrick, I'm out.